right, video 2 of the garage. I'm Brian.
I'm Ed.
And well, let's talk about
video 2 of the garage.
Yeah, video 2.
Video 2. That was 2 fingers.
Two. Anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway. Chain shortage.
Chain shortage. Meijer is now not accepting cash. Some of the Meijers. I don't know if all the Meijers are doing it, whatever. I just heard this yesterday. That yes, there's a national chain shortage, and you have to use your card because we don't have any. If you pay for the 20, we cannot give you $19 back or whatever your change
or $1 or whatever.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's take a look at that for a minute here. What have they done? First off, they pushed the national ID.
Yes.
Okay. Now they pushed it with the real ID. It's called the real ID, which now we all have no choice. We've basically got it. If you got a driver's license, you got a real ID.
Yep.
And now they're pushing a cashless society.
Yep.
The Federal Reserve is creating this chain shortage, folks.
And then everybody I talked to yesterday, yeah, well, we're in the pandemic, so I kind of understand. You're just
sheep.
One more step.
Yep.
One more step on that slippery slope.
It's called increment.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of the terminology here. The Chinese call it death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening to our freedom.
Yep.
Death by 1,000 cuts. You got to wear a mask. Yeah. Oh, you got to take a vaccine. Oh, there's a chain shortage. Oh, you can't get together. Oh, social distance. Oh, one thing after another. I just saw a thing on Facebook last night saying that air conditioners might be spreading COVID. Air conditioners. Air conditioners outdoors. Number one. Number two. Okay, let's say somebody in your house has got
somebody in your house.
Somebody in your house has got a cold or they've got a flu, which the COVID is basically a flu.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're in your house, and the air conditioner's on, and they walk by in our house here in the hallway is the suction to pull the air in the house in.
The return air.
The return air. Mm-hmm. And let's say I walk by and sneeze. Mm-hmm. It gets pulled up into the return air. Mm-hmm. And it gets recirculated. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, yeah, that I can see that would spread a bug.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why families can stay together because everyone's breathing the same air.
It's called herd immunity. Herd immunity. Yeah. We have countries out here who didn't lock Jack down, didn't close no businesses, and they let herd immunity do the job.
Mm-hmm. And now they're up and running.
Yeah, now they're up and running. They're doing just fine. But here in America, we've got our idiot politicians. I don't care what side they're on. Mm-hmm. We may have to lock our state back down. We may have to do this, and we may have to do that. And there's a chain shortage, and death by 1,000 cuts.
Yep.
Okay? I'm going to tell you now, be they Democrat or Republican, if they're doing things that are unconstitutional, like they're doing right now, get them out of office.
Yep. I was going to say, what's the chain shortage? What's that going to do?
Oh, well, we've got to go to a cashless society.
Mm-hmm. And what does that mean?
That's a step closer to the mark of the beast. Mm-hmm. Step closer.
And they're going to,
we're going to give you
make
vaccine.
A cashless society, and they want us to get a vaccine where they can put a chip in you.
Yeah. And there's a video out on YouTube of a guy talking about a chip that removes your desire for God.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Sorry. That was a blip, 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 blip. There is a video that we already showed about there. Yep. There was somebody took a video of them in the college professor thingy with all the generals.
Yep.
Talking about getting rid of the desire for Muslims to have praise Allah.
But who do you think they're going to use it?
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they can, it's not just a Muslim thing. It's anything. They can make you do anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah. And now here's the other thing. Okay?
Make you go praise Mickey Mouse, which is what Disney wants.
The Bible says those who take the mark of the beast are done.
Yeah.
Done. There's no redemption. There's no forgiveness. There's no salvation. They are done. Okay? Yep. Now, I've heard Steve Quayle, I've heard L.A. Marzulli and different people talk about this and surmise what would cause a human being to be done at that point. Mm-hmm. It is highly possible that they are no longer fully human because of that. Because it has changed them genetically. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing that happened in the days of Noah that Jesus warned about.
Yep.
He said, as it was in the days of Noah and the disciples.
If they can change the way you think, then you don't have your friend. That's why God created us, not to be sheep, but to have free will.
Yeah.
And if they take away our free will, are you even human?
Well, but the modification could be on a genetic level.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean literally changing the way you act, not just the way you think.
Yeah.
But are you even going to act like a regular human being?
Yeah.
Do we know that?
Yeah. And if they say the command word, and everybody's mounted up and mobilized.
Yeah.
And
that's
Russ Disdar's changing your mind.
And that's Russ Disdar's research, The Black Awakening.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not hard to figure these things out, folks.
Yeah.
When you see Antifa, Black Lives Matter, who has admitted that they are Marxists, that they got their training in Marxism, and when you see them tearing down a statue of a man who freed the slaves, labeling him a racist, Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
He died because he gave them freedom.
Yeah.
And then you see him tearing down other statues like Christopher Columbus, who really isn't the first person to discover America. We all know that. It was Leif Erikson and other people who came here beforehand. We know that they found Templar Knight stuff in the American Southwest.
Yeah.
So, obviously. But at the same time, I mean, we're seeing statues being ripped down, our history being torn down, and they're leaving statues of Lenin, Marx, Barack Obama.
Yep.
Those statues aren't getting touched. Yep. All the socialist statues are still standing. Okay?
Yep.
They're erasing our history. Okay? They have even changed the Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
They disarmed Yosemite Sam and Elmer Fudd.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I'm like, really?
Yeah, I just want to say, though, just so everyone is clear that we're all on the same page.
Please.
That I know where I'm going when I die, so I will fight to death. You're not chipping me.
No. I'm not going to get vaccinated.
I'm not going to damn my eternal soul because you think I need a chip.
Nope.
So that's just saying that on record.
Not happening.
If I have to die, I know where I'm going.
Well, the thing we're up against here is there's a lot of people who are on government assistance.
But this isn't my home.
No, this is not my home either. But there's a lot of people who are on government assistance. Okay.
Yeah, and they're just going to sheepishly walk in there and get it.
No, they're going to tell them either you take this or you're going to lose your government assistance. So they're going to coerce them by saying,
like, "Oh, okay,
you won't have any money. You're going to starve to death. Blah blah blah. You don't got no health insurance. All that stuff is going to be used at some point."
There's going to be tons and tons of people caught up in this. That are not going to go to heaven because they just don't.
Like Indiana has HIP and HIP Plus, right? To keep your HIP or HIP Plus, you have to get vaccinated.
I'm sure it's going to happen. Yep. Sure, it's going to happen. And like I go to the VA for my health, and at that point, they're probably going to be like, "Okay, you can't come in until you scan." Oh, I ain't coming in then.
Yeah. And then this is the thing. And there's a lot of people with what's called pre-existing medical conditions. Ed's a type 2 diabetic. Okay. I've been listed as a type 2 diabetic, although I'm fixing to be off that medication, I believe.
And I'm working on it.
Yep. So you can control things like that with diet, exercise, and stuff like that, and you have to be diligent about it. But you get into the habit, and it's not that big a deal. It really isn't. But there are things you can do. And the other thing that we're going to see is because, like in the days of the Bible, people relied upon faith. They relied upon prayer for healing. Then they relied on God for their provision.
Yep.
I think we're going to see a really strong return of that.
Yep.
We've talked about the remnant leaving the brick and mortar churches, and that's been happening, and it's accelerating because the churches are no longer preaching against sin. They're no longer preaching salvation through Christ. It's all feel good, ooey gooey, country club. This is my private club, and all the stupidity that's going on. Okay, we've got some, whether it's in politics or whether it's in the church, we've got some seriously dumb people who are in charge.
Yeah,
I'm just being honest. And God expects you to have some common sense, man.
Yep.
I mean, that's all there is to it, and people are just not showing it now. They're just not. And, we're sorry if these videos come across as kind of Debbie Downer. I
mean, people got to wake up.
Yeah, we're just trying to wake people up, folks. That's all we're trying to do. Yeah, and This is not get woke, go broke. This is get woke, get saved.
Yes.
Okay? You got to accept Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's going to come to a time where you're going to accept this or you're not going to accept it.
Yep.
And that's your eternity.
Yep. And I've been praying about something, brother. And
people don't know what they can't even concept eternity. Eternity in hell is.
Yeah. And I've got to put this out there because we've got our webpage and we've got the YouTube channel and the Facebook pages and stuff. And, a lot of people go, I wouldn't do that. I've got to say this.
Sure.
I'm a father. I have a daughter, and she's a beautiful young lady.
Mm-hmm.
And for the majority of her life, she just was like the most wonderful kid, that you'd ever meet. Well-spoken, polite, kind, just a big caring heart, just a very loving young lady. And, I want to put this out there to everybody to please keep my kid in prayer. A lot of parents would say, I wouldn't do that, but I'm going to say it anyway. My daughter has decided that she is bisexual. She has bought into the lie that the world is selling our kids through the school systems, through popular entertainment on TV and movies. They are shoving the alternative lifestyle, homosexual lifestyle, in front of our kids every chance they get.
Yeah.
Because that's who they're after.
When I was on vacation, I was exposed more to normal TV. I don't ever watch normal TV, so I saw commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every commercial. There was one whole commercial about this AIDS drug now, and it's like the entire thing was homosexuality.
Yeah, one after another. I saw a video on Facebook,
pushing it.
Videos, and it says soldier comes home to his son who is now a girl. And you see what looks like a little girl coming through school, going to use the little girl's bathroom, and you see, I guess it was the principal stop and say, Robert, because it was a boy. And he hangs his little head and he goes around to go to the boys' restroom, which is where he should be going. And later on, his father comes home.
Be confused about that.
Yeah. They're after our children. And the father comes home and goes to his son's room, which is now all pink, with girly stuff everywhere. And his son comes in. And I'm sitting there watching this video. I watched the whole video. And he looks at his son, and his son's standing there waiting for this bad reaction. And the dad goes, Amy. And just, they're pushing acceptance of sin. They're pushing acceptance of the destruction of our children is what they're doing. That's why I say pray for my daughter. Okay? Her name is Juliana. And I need people praying for her. Because I know God will bring my little girl back. This person she is now, I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I love my daughter, but this person, I don't know who she is. But that video is evidence that they are out to destroy your children. So if you got kids in public school, if you got kids going off to college, man, you got to make sure they know God's word. If you're a Christian parent and you aren't training your child and raising them up in the way that they should be raised according to God's word, you are failing. Okay? And I'm not saying that you're going to, there are going to be fights you're going to lose. But that you can ultimately win the battle.
Yeah.
But you can only do it if you yourself are a follower of Christ, if you've accepted Christ into your heart and your life. That's the only way you're going to get past all this. Because I can tell you now, the stuff that I've had to deal with because of this, it would crumple a lot of people if they aren't saved.
Yep.
And it's still been a struggle. I mean, Brother Ed, he's seen me at moments,
Yep.
And I'm finally at the point now where I can talk about it without losing it.
Yep. Yeah, because you feel like your daughter's stolen.
Yeah. Literally.
Kidnapped my daughter and put this person in his place.
Yeah. It's like invasion of the body snatchers, man. And so we have to stand against this. We have to fight against the propaganda that they're putting out. Years ago, my mom told me, I've got a cousin that's been in that lifestyle for years, and she's been absolutely miserable. Miserable. She's miserable, never going to be able to have kids now. She's wasted her entire life, chasing after things, and she's finally starting to realize that now that she's older, she's a year older than me, that here I am. And I've got nobody.
Yeah.
You know, shocker. That's where it ends up. That's what the enemy does. Because the enemy will take you, convince you through the people who are with him and through other things that he uses that maybe this is the way you are. And then when you get to a point in your life to where there's nothing left, nobody, and you're alone, well, maybe you should just end it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because the Bible says he comes to steal, kill, and destroy.
Yep.
You know? So as parents and as Christians, we have to stand in the face of the darkness of this world, and we have to say, not another inch. Not one more inch.
Yep.
You're not going to take our freedom. And God help you, you come for our kids. Guess what? You declared war on my family, on my child. I've declared war on you. Mm-hmm. Period. And I'm not going to back down. You know, I'm not going to say I'm perfect. You know, what happened last night's evidence of that. Mm-hmm. But I'll just say this, don't steal from me. And then don't throw it in my face. Because I don't react real well to that. I'm a man. I'll be honest. I'm human. I'm a man, and I'm flawed. I'm not perfect. But you know, we've got to do something, man. We've got to stand up. We've got to keep speaking the truth.
Yeah.
No matter how many liberals in social media try to silence us, we got to keep going. So, is there anything you'd like to add, bro?
Yeah.
At the end of this video, like we always say, if you don't know Jesus, please accept Jesus Christ into your heart and your life and follow him. Follow his word. Read his word. Find out how much you mean to him. You'll find out how much he means to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He'll be the best friend you ever had. He'll never leave you. He'll never forsake you. He'll always be there for you.
Yep. Okay?
No matter what.
Yeah, then once you see how good Jesus is and how crazy this world is, and it give you peace.
Exactly.
You know, you're like, oh, I don't, okay, yeah.
And Jesus will give you the courage to stand up when you need to.
Yeah.
Promise you that. Because that's what he did. He did that at Calvary over 2,000 years ago. He stood up. He did what was necessary. He died for all of us. And then he rose again. But here's the thing. Today's church is expecting a sheep, a lamb. No, that's not what's coming this time. What's coming this time is going to be a lion. So that's what we need to be as Christians. We need to be lions. Mm-hmm. And we need to stand up and be unafraid. Because he's got our back. And we know where we're going to spend eternity.
Yep.
Do you know where you're going to spend eternity? Only you can answer that question, guys. Yep. Accept Jesus, okay?
Yep.
So, I think that's it.
That's good.
Yeah. God bless you.
God bless.